everybody. Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Boob Tube right here on EXXXOTICA.tv. I am your beautiful, lovely, crazy host, Kari Anthony, but it's not Boob Tube if I don't have my beautiful co-hosts with me, Casey Carter and Desiree, Desirable Bottom. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey. Of course, Jason is
What's
first in the chat
happening?
room.
Yes.
Woo,
First in the chat.
woo.
All right, Jason. We see you.
We see
you.
Zany. Hey, everyone. Hope you had a good
Mhm.
week. We were
Yeah.
just talking about the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and then we realized it was time to go live. So
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl. We gonna talk about it. I was just explaining to Kari how I was watching the game at a sports bar at an industry event and couldn't really hear the audio, but she of course was breaking it down for me and all the symbolism, because my one comment was them pants was so damn tight. Oh my god, them pants was tight. That's all I kept thinking while I was watching. Them pants is tight. But but before we talk about the Super Bowl, I want to make sure
we cover something special.
Okay.
Thank you for the birthday.
Yes.
It was
Listen, if you only knew how much trouble, not in making the little video, how much trouble I had getting that joint posted up. Oh my God. I thought I was gonna die. Like Kari literally popped in right as I was.
She was like, "Oh, you're early,"
and which it absolutely threw me that she was so early, because I'm like, fuck, I gotta figure this out. And I don't know, that might have actually been what I needed in order to figure it out. Was a absolute distraction. So thank you.
Well, that's good.
You.
Happy birthday. Yes. We got one more thing. We got to do the song again.
We got to, that one?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on for it. Hold on.
All right, guys.
Wait, hold
get
on.
Your dancing shoes on
the screen. All right, if y'all are ready, we about to do the song.
Hype.
Yep.
So
Hype it
get
up.
ready for the song, y'all.
This is the Boob Tube Super Bowl party. All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe. Got a big booty, so I call her Big Booty.
Okay. All right. Thank you for letting us have our moment in honor of our co-host. Yes.
I have a question. How many of you in the audience dance as well? Let's get a hand up in the chat. Did you dance to the song as well? Because
you better say yes. You better lie like there ain't nobody's business and say yes, you danced.
Are you encouraging storytelling, Casey?
Heck yeah, because how am I going to prove you didn't or did dance? So you better say you danced. That's all I'm saying.
True. So true. So let's talk Super Bowl licks 59. And congratulations to the Eagles for bringing home the Super Bowl ring. That's who I was going for.
Wait, come on, work with me.
There we go.
That was long enough. Stop it. Okay, very good.
Yeah, those sound effects. Some of them are super long. Oh, yes. Hello, Jeff. How are you? Hello, everybody. So if your team didn't win, if you were a Chiefs fan, well, sorry for you.
You got rings. You ain't sweating. You ain't hurting.
Right. This ain't yeah. But what was a huge controversial conversation piece was the halftime.
Yes.
And the reason why it was so controversial is because K. Dot, i.e., Kendrick Lamar, is the king of shots fired, subliminal messages, and fuck you through art.
All right, do the pew pew. That's your job, Desiree.
Oh yeah, go ahead, pew pew. Pew pew.
Okay,
Yes.
anyway, thank you for that.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
So there was a lot of things that happened in the halftime show that for me was so symbolic of why we love Kendrick Lamar or why I love Kendrick Lamar. I can only speak for myself, but yes, he definitely came, sent his messages, and may have ruined a few people's egos, maybe even their careers. So yeah, Super Bowl. I didn't watch the game at all. I
did.
And I didn't see any commercials. I did not watch any commercials, which I would like to go back and rewatch just to see what commercials were.
I don't really remember the commercials. I definitely was into the game. Because I'll be honest, I wanted the African American quarterback to win.
Yes.
And if you don't get that joke, I'm sorry. But it was a really good game. I think what for me, because I was, either way it went, I was fine with it because my team wasn't in the Super Bowl, so I didn't really care. But either way it went, I was cool. I started leaning towards Philly because I'm like, they are spanking that ass.
They came to
And
win.
and KC,
Facts.
I mean, Kansas City, they don't. If you're going to play against them, they're gonna make you work for it, right? Like whether it's the offense or the defense, they're gonna make you work for it. You're not just gonna get handed
Not
points.
this game.
Well, that's
No.
the thing. That's why I think that's why I really
Mm.
leaned in and was watching the game because I was like, oh my God, you don't see this. And I kept thinking at any given moment now, Mahomes is gonna kick in and do his little magic trick and bring the game back in. And I'm like, oh, we getting deep into this game, and dude can't find not an inch. And so I enjoyed the game in and of itself. And and the fact that, like I said, you expect Kansas City to make you work for it. So
Is
yeah,
that Alex Miles in the comments?
apparently it is.
It is.
Alex! Hey, stranger.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Christopher Gagliardi. Whew. Yeah. I didn't see the game. I heard that Kansas City, first of all, I heard it was rigged because Kansas City didn't even play at all, really. They barely, they were like ghost football players. Like they were on the field, they were there in uniform, but they physically did not show up for the game at all. So, oh, Whitney, yes, happy birthday to Desiree.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was but the things that I really love about the Super Bowl more than the game itself are the commercials and the halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
I did not see the commercials. Maybe
Yeah,
somebody will put like a loop of all the commercials on YouTube.
that would be cool.
And we
Yeah.
could
I
just
really
go.
didn't.
We could just
Yeah.
go and watch the commercials.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I was at a sports bar, so audio for the game was hard to catch. It was, it's easy to watch the game and to read the subtitles, but to like try to hear what they're saying or even appreciate the TV commercials, I didn't even bother. I just was like,
So,
hey, whatever.
something else I found to be like a real shocker, but I mean it's not shocking, but to me it was shocking. Was Tom Brady?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was like announcing too. Like going transitioning from football, star to announcer. I was like, wow, like
And
touche.
he should
Hats
though.
off to you.
Tom Brady
Yeah,
should.
I agree.
I
I
mean,
think it's a good fit for him.
Don't
Yeah.
misunderstand. I am not a Tom Brady fan. Not in the least bit, because the Patriots are the arch enemy of the Giants, and so he gets no love from me. I will give him respect because he was an outstanding quarterback. I'll give him respect, but you ain't gonna get no love. No.
I was shocked. Not gonna lie. So
Yeah. Kansas City is one of our rivals, so I'm not a fan at all. So,
Okay.
yeah, there's
Well,
that. So, let's talk
we
about
beat
what we
that.
watched on TV. Yeah. Let's talk about what we watched on TV because we've had enough of the Super Bowl. We'll have another one next year. So,
Yes, imagine that.
imagine that.
So if I may, a couple weeks back we mentioned the fact that Den of Thieves 2 was coming out. And I liked
We
the
did.
first one. I thought it was a really good movie. And so I paid the money. I'm going to say it again. I paid the money to watch. I want my fucking money back.
back. Ooh.
Want it back. I said it. I want it back.
Wait a minute. First of all, is it available to stream now?
It's on Prime. I saw it on Prime.
And it wasn't good?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. If any of
Do we
y'all
have a
out
womp
there
womp
have
womp
watched
sound?
it, if anybody's watched it, please chime in. You don't have to agree with me. I'm okay with that. But I did not enjoy it. I did not at all. And let me tell you, I made sure because once you activate the movie, you got 48 hours, right? So I watched it a second time just to make sure. Nope.
But you know what? There's another movie that recently this happened to, and that was the movie with Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry, where we thought it was going to be good, and then we watched it and we were like, something's wrong.
I was reminded of how bad that movie was when Jamie Foxx's movie with Cameron Diaz came out.
Did you like that?
I loved it.
We did too. Me and Ghost were like, they're gonna put this in the background. I didn't have high expectations of it because Cameron Diaz, every time she talks, I think of Fiona, but or Charlie's Angels. But so we put it on and instantly him and I were like glued to the TV. I fell asleep. I was tired. And it had nothing to do with the movie. Like some things you watch, they just bore you and you go to sleep. This wasn't that situation. This was old age. This was me just, I was up past my bedtime and my body was just like, ma'am. He said he stayed up and watched it. And he was like, it is so good. You have to finish watching it. So I went back and finished watching it and was like, what? It was so good. So good. It was cheesy but good.
Here's what did it for me. And that's why I say that movie reminded me of how not good the Halle Berry movie was. And y'all know how I feel about Halle Berry. So I ain't not trying to shade Halle Berry. But I like in that Halle Berry movie, I forget what it's called. There was no chemistry between Halle and Mark Wahlberg. No chemistry whatsoever. These were people who had supposedly dated in
the
high
union.
School. The union, thank you. Supposedly dated in high school, and it made it seem like he still had a thing for her and all of that. And I'm like, you just don't feel it between them. And Halle Berry is sexy as fuck. And Mark Wahlberg is a Calvin Klein underwear model. So it's not like these aren't people who have a reputation for being attractive or sexy or whatever.
Or odd pairing. Like, you know how sometimes they put people together like that Seth person and then the movie that he did with Catherine Hagel or whatever, and it's like
right. Yes. And so they weren't a good match. And I was worried that Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz were going to be similar and that they weren't going to be a good match, right?
But they were a great match.
They were a great match. And I'm going to tell you what, I think part of why that movie did well isn't because it relied solely on the two of them. the interaction with the kids
Yes.
also helped to sort of balance it all out. Because
And Glenn Close.
oh my God. First of
Glenn
all,
Close, she is a power actress that no matter how small her part is, just
or how
her presence in the
or how
movie or
old
a
she is.
TV
Like
or how old she is.
I think
Yes.
Glenn Close and Helen Mirren have successfully made it possible to be a woman of a certain age and be badass in a movie. Not have to be the old lady in the movie, can be the badass lady in the movie. Props to both of them because I think they both have come into that mature phase where, letting Hollywood know, no, I'm not gonna sit in the background and knit and be quiet and whatever. Because I mean, like, there's a moment in the Back in Action where this long range gunshot comes from nowhere, and the camera pans behind them, and it's Glenn Close with this big ass gun, and looking fly as fuck, mind you. Like, she got dressed up.
Right. The outfit when she shows up at the gala and she's dressed in that like super nice jacket and the pants, like I was just like, okay, Glenn. Not only that, but like the thing that I've really enjoyed about Glenn Close over the last 5-10 years is like the type of roles she's played have been
Yes.
so different
Yep.
that it's like she's really showing the range of acting abilities that she has, which is something I love to see, but it's not something that just any actor can pull off.
Right.
Because some actors have tried it and it's like, that didn't that
Not good.
like for instance, Nicolas Cage. Some of the things that he's played, I'm just like, sir, sit the fuck down. Okay. Sit all the way down. Indian style in the corner with your face in the and nose in the corner. Like,
How did I say
no.
crisscross applesauce? That's you, Nick.
Crisscross applesauce. Yes.
That's
Put
you.
your face in the corner and don't come out until you can play a better role. Like, sir.
And I don't think he can. I don't think he can. I'm like, are you Wesley Snipes? You got a tax bill you got to pay off, and so that's why you do all these shitty movies for
He is broke.
check of any kind.
I do believe they repossessed his tomb or plot in New Orleans. That was something that was a rumor, but But yes, Back in Action was on my list, and I'm glad we talked about it. But Back in Action was so good. I'm sad that Den of Thieves was not, because that was in our Instagram channel. I had posted, and a lot of people were like, "Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it." And then now it's like,
And
I'll wait till it's streaming for free.
that is my opinion. Doesn't mean that I'm right. It just means it's my opinion that it sucked ass.
Casey, we agree more than we disagree. So if you say it sucked, I'm gonna trust that it sucked, and I'm not gonna spend my money.
Don't.
I'm glad that I didn't go to the theater to go see it.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Yeah. So, anywho, Desiree, what you got?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Alarum or Alarum. It's the movie with Sylvester Stallone. And hold on a sec. It's got oh my god, what's his name too? Scott Eastwood. I don't know if that's like related to Clint Eastwood.
Yes, it's Clint
his son.
That is Clint
yeah,
Eastwood's
his
fine ass son.
Yeah. Well, it was a good movie. It's on Prime and it's on YouTube for $6.99. You guys?
What's it called?
Alarium. ALARUM. Alarum or Alarium. RUM. Yeah. So it's like action. It's got lots of action in it. So it's about they're both spies. Like Clint Eastwood's son is a spy, and then Sylvester Stallone has to come and take him out. There's like another like mafia kind of group of people. They're like, I don't even know what they're like the origin or whatever, but they're like, I think they're Russian or something. And and then
what platform is it on?
So it's on Prime and it's on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. This isn't one of those funny I just got it video or movies.
No, it's good. Honest. I think it's
You know how we
good.
be,
I think
Desiree will
it's
be
good.
like, we'll be like, where is it streaming? And she'll be like, online somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay,
Check
so
online.
let me say this. I don't know, like if you ever Google a movie or
Apple
a show
TV?
or whatever, there's oftentimes a rating listed for it. I never really pay attention to it, so I pulled this up. It's got
the rating's low.
3.3 out of 10.
What?
I know, but I watched it and it's good. Honest, I liked it.
3.3. I don't know how good y'all can see that. 3.3 out of 10.
Yeah. Don't judge it.
That's
Check it
kind
out
of
for
sad.
yourself.
Okay, so Den of Thieves 2, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 41%.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It says, this one, top critic, Den of Thieves desperately wants to be Heat or the killer when it grows up. Instead, it's a daft, distant, drunken cousin to those pictures. But if you studiously avoid thinking about it, you can at least enjoy its moronic antics.
The moronic antics aren't even that good. They're not. Nope.
This one says all the good parts are in the commercials. Don't waste your money. Wow.
See what I'm saying?
Okay, so Alarum is on Prime or YouTube.
Or Apple TV. Yeah.
Or Apple TV. Okay.
All right. Got it there.
I watched a movie called, one, I just want to make an honorable mention that I did watch the O.J. Simpson American Manhunt.
What'd you think?
Interesting. It was interesting. Definitely, there was some additional perspectives that, well, I don't want to say were things that we didn't know, but like
just more detail.
That confirmed a lot of our suspicions. So that was it. But I watched a movie called Invictus. Invictus is a action thriller slasher kind of movie, and it's this guy. So what's his name? I can't think of the actors' names, but it's about this girl who is a firefighter, or no, she's an EMT, and she goes to, like all of a sudden these murders start happening in her city, and her dad is a cop. And come to find out, her dad was wrapped up in some shady shit, and this man's family died in a fire, and he is killing on the anniversary of their death. And it's like, it's all right. It's not super exciting. It's a little different, but he wears the mask that's like it looks like the cherub faces, or like, like the old time statues. So he wears one of those, and it was all right. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best.
What was it on?
I want to say it was on. Hold on. And it was from 2009. No, that's a different version. That's not this movie. Hold on, I'm looking.
Yeah, I seen I was looking up Invictus too, and I seen like Meghan Markle. I was like, what? That's a different one too. Invictus Games.
Okay, there's one where it's Matt Damon and Morgan Freeman. This is not that movie, okay? Horror. Let's look it up. The House Invictus. Invictus is not a horror movie, so apparently other people have looked it up. Okay, well maybe this doesn't exist for real. Because ironically, the only thing that's coming up is this movie with Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
Oh wait, yes. Hold on. Let me give it to you.
Matt Damon. Yeah, that part. That's for you, Jason.
Love it.
Movie where EMT.
Maybe that's not the actual name of the movie.
That's probably the problem, is that I put down the wrong movie. Is a cop and a guy is killing. This is funny. We should do this live where we are showing our search, what we're putting in. Is killing people on the death of his wife and son. Okay.
Now you know it's sad when you got to give Google all those details to find what you're looking for.
No, that's not it either. We're gonna come back to this at another time when I've figured out what the actual name of the movie is. So let's just go ahead and scratch that, and we'll just talk about the fact that I saw American Manhunt, O.J. Simpson.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm going through my Netflix watch records.
Too funny. Okay, so I finished watching, or I should say I watched the second season of The Recruit. And I started on Night Agent. And the only reason, and I'm not gonna, I literally just started on Night Agent, but the reason why I say that is because Lorenzo and I were having conversation about The Recruit, and I think I finished it before he finished it. And what was interesting is we ended up melding conversation about The Recruit and the Night Agent, because the two main characters, like the main character of The Recruit is this unlikely attorney who gets caught up in, international espionage and all of these wild things that happen all over the world. Like in the first season of The Recruit, he flies to the Middle East. He gets snatched up by our own soldiers who pull out his fingernails to understand what he's doing in the Middle East unannounced, and so the second season is more of the same. Him out there doing stuff that he's really technically not supposed to be getting involved in, but he is like a magnet for trouble. And so it was fascinating because the Night Agent is kind of similar in that you've got this person who really is not supposed to be deep, deep, deep in the shit, but he is. And I didn't think about it until Lorenzo brought it up, that these characters are very similar. It would be easy to confuse one storyline with the other. Now, having said all of that, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed The Recruit. Um, they did a great job of bringing in characters from the last season, introducing new characters, and sort of playing up this guy's dumb luck, because it's really what it is this dude just has dumb luck. He's smart and stupid at the same time, and manages to get in and out of trouble, again, with dumb luck. Like the things that go well for him, even when everybody is literally out to kill him. You've got foreign agents trying to kill him, you've got Americans trying to kill him, and everybody wants to kill him simply because he knows more than he should. And he doesn't even halfway know what he knows. He just knows he knows something happened, and he got information, but he doesn't even really know what the information is. So definitely thoroughly entertained with that show. Definitely. So The Recruit, check it out. Netflix.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Dexter again. I got season 4. I'm on season 4.
Yay, Des.
Yep, I'm at the part where Lundy got killed, so I was kind of sad because Deborah and Lundy were having their,
their little bow chicka wow wow.
Yeah, and then Lieutenant, what's her name too, and the other guy too. They were having an in-office romance too, and you know how those always end, kind of messy and dirty.
So, but
you're talking about Herrera.
Yep.
Go back to Deborah for a second. So you're 4 seasons in. Can we talk about the fact that Deborah wants love in the worst way, but Deborah be picking all the wrong people. Even when she picks the right guy, it still ends up bad for her. I mean, Lundy, I think, was good for her because he was very patient. He saw how smart and talented she was, and really genuinely tried to guide and mold that energy in her. And yet and still, he gets snatched up, and now that relationship is dead in the water. So,
it's so sad.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Anton, she was just like, kind of like, I'm done with you now. Like, you were like my little play toy, and I'm done with you.
Well, I don't think it was
So,
that. It with Quinn, it was Anton. Yeah, you're talking about that guy.
yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah.
basically just
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she took advantage. Definitely
Deb
on
has
that
a
one.
lot of very aggressive energy. A lot of aggressive energy. Um
Well, there's other things we could talk about, but we don't want to spoil it for Desiree.
Okay.
If you think it's crazy now, wait till you get to the final 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's and I'm glad you're sticking with it because I think certain shows are better to watch when you're watching it after it's all done. So that you
Okay.
can, because not all shows are fantastic from the first season to the last season. It ebbs and flows, right? So this definitely is one of those where you got to see it all the way through. And
Yep. I will.
yeah,
I will.
you
I'll
did good
report
so
back.
far, Kari.
Um, I've been watching SWAT.
Mm, okay.
Stuck on SWAT. We're stuck on SWAT.
Ooh.
He just so Hondo, aka
Mm.
Shamar, the fine ass Shamar Moore,
Ooh.
Mm.
is
Yes.
now
Mm.
is now married and has a little girl.
Mm.
And okay, so there is one thing that I've noticed about almost everything that Shamar Moore has ever played in, and it is the way he says "baby girl."
Oh,
He did it in Criminal Minds. He
Yeah.
did it in SWAT. He's done it on Young and the Restless. The way he fucking says "baby girl" and he is a charmer
panty
because
drop.
he says I was throwing my panties at the TV like, take them, just take them here,
Because
whatever
you're
you
right.
want.
I want you to finish your thought, but I just want to say you're right. He's the way he says that. You're like, wait, what? What, Daddy? What?
so so before he got married to Nichelle, they were dating and it was rather casual. And then, she was like, I don't want to do this because I'm not looking for a fling. And, he was at this stage in his life where he wasn't necessarily a player, but he wasn't like long-term relationship material either because he
Mm.
wasn't really working towards a future with anyone. He was more of a in the moment, we're cool for now, but I don't want to promise you a future.
Right.
In fact, like one of the things that they were talking about is like how he never really talked about having children or getting married, or those were conversations. And because he wasn't having those conversations, Nichelle was very much like, I don't want to get involved in this because I'm developing feelings and I can already
Mm-hmm.
see that, you're that guy that's going to be like, and ironically, he told her he loved her first.
Mm.
And then there's just been several moments where things are happening and she's like super stressed out, or, these like, of course, super dramatic things are happening. And the way he like grabs her face and says, I'm going to take care of you, baby girl, is just like, ah, oh, yes. Yes. Like Casey said, I'm not a submissive, but in those moments, I'd be like, anything you want.
Daddy.
Daddy, you can have whatever you like. Whatever.
Whatever.
I just, and Ghost is like, you sure do love this SWAT show. And I'm just like,
yes, it's very good.
it is. It is. As long as
Yeah.
they could never get rid of him. Like if they got rid of him, the show is
It's
done.
over. It's over.
It's over. Done. Finito.
Over.
So yeah. If you got I'm now in like I've already watched season 8, but I watched up until season 3. Now, what I do not like, and I want to talk about this just a tad bit because it is very frustrating. I started watching SWAT on Pluto. and then
Okay.
it only goes up to season 3, and then seasons 4 through 7 is on Netflix. Season 8 is on, I want to say it's either on Prime or Hulu, but it's on another streaming platform.
Oh my God.
What
Okay.
the fuck? Okay?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Who cut
So
that
luckily I
deal
have
or
all of
those
them.
deals? That's
I don't know.
crazy.
I think it's when they might have changed from like one network to another network, so maybe that's why it's that way, but that was very annoying because, I had to
Mm-hmm.
keep switching to these. Anyways, I'm almost done with season 7. I've already seen season 8, but now a lot of things make sense because when I stopped at 3 and just went straight to 8 because of the platform
Okay.
situation. And then when I got to season 8 and saw that he was married and had a kid, I was like, whoa, whoa. Last I saw, they just went on a couple of dates and hadn't even been together
Rewind.
yet. Yeah. So I'm like,
Mhm.
hold on. Things are happening too fast for me. So I needed to go back and catch up. So I, started with season 4, and then now I'm almost done with season 7. And I'm just like, now it all makes sense.
And
So
I never watched it on CBS because it's a CBS show. Never watched it on CBS. I started watching it when it hit Netflix. And it's funny because when I started watching, I was like, why wasn't I watching this? What's wrong? Why wasn't I watching this? And so I didn't finish all of the seasons. I need to go back, but baby, there were, let's just say,
it's worth it.
and here's what's funny. We do this show every week. Let's just say there were weeks where I'm like, you better hurry up and watch something else because you ain't got nothing to talk about but SWATs. you better watch something else.
That's where I'm at today. Apparently, I'm making things up because I'm looking up this movie that I put on my notes, and clearly it does not exist.
Those other things don't actually exist.
I put in like a full on description. I went to Chat GPT. Nothing is coming up. This movie is nowhere.
Oh my God.
Invisible.
That's
So
hysterical.
apparently, I've watched this movie in another lifetime. The movie does
Okay.
not exist. I don't
Okay.
know.
So Kari, I'm gonna share something with all of you that I would
Okay.
not normally share, but based
Ooh.
on what Kari is saying. So listen, I um I recently, had this craving for cashews. And so I bought this large container of Planters whole cashews. And every now and then I would have some cashews like I like bedtime snacks and I like fruits
Mm-hmm.
and nuts, right? Like that's what I would do as a bedtime snack. And so I had, little bit of like a handful of cashews and I, ate my cashews and da 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 da, we're all good. And the next day, I was reaching under, like, I had, shifted positions and put my arm under the pillow next to me. I don't sleep on that pillow. I have a king size bed. So this is the pillow that I don't sleep on. I slid my hand under it and was like, what the fuck is that? I pulled it out and it was a couple of cashews. And I'm like, oh, that is bizarre. Why are there cashews under the pillow? It's weird. So
You're saving them for later.
girl.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so I
Snack.
scoop out these cashews and I'm like, all right, whatever happened. I don't know. I missed my mouth. I don't know. Whatever, right? Why, like 2 or 3 days later, I pull the comforter back to get into bed. Why was there a whole puddle of cashews in my bed where I actually lay my body? And I'm like, how the hell are there cashews in the bed I did not feel? Why is it right there where I actually sleep? So I was sharing this with Lorenzo. He's like, do you eat in your sleep? I'm like, no, but how would I know if I'm sleeping? Could not for the life of me figure out why there were so many cashews in my bed, under the covers, under the pillow. I'm still
You have a
trying to figure, like,
ghost?
this recently happened. Like, I'm not even talking about a while ago. I'm talking about in the last week this happened.
Do you have a ghost?
I better not. It better be me eating in my sleep, okay? There better not be.
Okay. You need to get one of those like baby cams. They have like the little ones you can get on TikTok for like
Listen, I
$12
actually
and film yourself.
there actually is a camera positioned in my house where if I had walked in a particular path, it would catch me. I just haven't wanted to look. But so like you talking about watching things that don't actually exist, it reminds me of the fact that I've got squirreling away nuts in my bed. I don't know.
Tell us, chat. Have you ever done it? Let us know, chat. Let us know.
Yeah.
Oh
Apparently,
yes,
I'm
Zane.
sure
That is
Casey's
weird.
not the only one.
That's
listen,
weird. Exactly. I'm
Casey,
still
Casey,
trying to figure it out. It don't make no sense because and let me confess, when I say I like a bedtime snack, I do. I regularly have a bedtime snack. This is the first time this has ever happened. First time ever.
you are the cashew. The Casey is a cashew squirrel.
Must be.
She's like holding him in her.
I love it.
Okay, don't tell my secret, y'all. Don't shade me like that. So
Right, because it's not on
anyway.
the internet. Like you didn't just tell that to 3,165 live viewers, not to mention the people that'll see this after
I
we're done.
trust you all not to shade me.
Oh, shade. I thought you said share. I'm like, you just did tell it to the whole world on the internet, on
No.
Beyonce's internet.
Okay.
All
Anywho.
right. So what else have we been
Love it.
watching now that we've talked about good old Shamar Moore,
Okay.
aka Hondo?
So I don't have anything else to talk about in terms of what I have watched because I don't remember what else I've watched. But I do want to watch
you go.
Wags on Netflix.
Wags to riches.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I want to watch because it's a guilty pleasure. I've never actually watched before, and there's something that I'm entertained by watching these people who, I don't want to say have excessive amounts of money, but who have a lot of money and they do a whole lot of flashy things. And when you think about it, you really rarely see them do charitable things. And so, I don't know. I'm really fascinated by the nouveau riche and what they do with their money. So I just want to see it. I don't know why. Somebody help me out. I need therapy.
I mean, for me, I think a lot of it is just like it's not so much the charitable stuff. It's like they're not operating successful businesses. They're not investing in real estate. They're just blowing, $50,000 on a private jet to go to Geneva for a rave festival. Like,
And so that's the thing that kills me is that I'm like, you're spending money because you have the money. I get that. You have the money to do it, so you're doing it. But and I don't think I would ever begrudge someone for treating themselves to something like that. But yes, I do go back to charitable events, investments in real estate. Like there's got to be a balance to this somehow. And when you're watching them, there's always fucking drama. Everybody wants to be like it takes me back to Nene Leaks with, I'm rich,
Yes.
bitch. I'm like, okay, but you know what? When Housewives first started, you looked like Kmart. Okay. So let's just be real. You only have the money you have now because the show was so successful. A lot of the folks who start businesses have the success with their business because they had the popularity of the show they were on. And so people go running to the whatever they have. They want to have the latest. They want to eat at Candy's restaurants. They want to buy clothes from Rashida's store. Like, you know what I'm saying? They want to get a Portia wig or whatever. They want to go to the doctors on Married to Medicine. Like you want to you're successful not, and this is, and let me be clear, I'm not trying to throw shade at these people, especially the doctors. The doctors have actual practices with actual people who
Right.
they actually help. But let's
Right.
be honest, your patient list probably increases because people are seeing you on TV and they want to get in to be able to say, oh, this doctor takes care of me and that doctor takes care of me. So, you know, I don't know. It's like a guilty pleasure to watch these things and to, I guess, secretly judge, you know. Again,
I'm
like I
not
said, I
secretly
don't
judging.
be
I'm judging out in the open.
I
Right
do not
here with
begrudge.
my jury of Beyonce's internet.
I do not
I'm
begrudge
judging.
people for wanting to treat themselves. I do not. I absolutely do not.
But there is
Because
a
be not
very huge
mistaken,
difference.
if I had the money to do the things that they're doing, fuck,
You do
I'd
it
be right
too.
there, right? I'm not.
Right.
Yep.
But
Yep.
at the same time, you would make way to do things that are charitable, to do
Because
things
I've
that are for the betterment.
I
And not
right,
only that, for the long term, I think a lot of people just frivolously spend that money on it's like I get that you have millions of dollars. So, spending $50,000 on a private jet to go on this ski trip or whatever it is that you're doing is not a big deal, or renting a $300,000 car for the day just because you want to impress somebody, or for a video shoot or a photo shoot or whatever. Like, that's nothing to you. But it's
but
like, for me, I guess because I've always had like a frugal lifestyle, and not so much
mhm,
frugal, but like, I don't even want to say poverty, but I've
no, don't
always
say
been
poverty. Mhm.
not poverty. But I'm getting you to understand. Like, I don't understand someone who has limitless amounts of money or access to limitless amounts of money, because I've never experienced that. But I can say that I do see money very differently because my mom is an accountant. So, knowing that, my mom has always tried to teach us to be responsible financially, even as a kid, I've always been working or trying to make money. Even as a kid, I did, like, matter of fact, we were just talking about this in the car. Like, when I was working in one of my jobs before I got into the adult industry, I used to make mixtapes. I would download music on LimeWire, allegedly, and I would make these mixtape. I don't know what the statute of limitations is, even though it was 20 plus years ago. I don't want nobody coming for me, but we were talking about when you had the ability to download ringtones. I would
Mhm.
download ringtones and put them on people's phones, and people would pay me to do these things. Where, you know, I've always been a hustler. So, coming from a mom who's extremely penny pincher, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
down to how much toilet paper. Like, if you use toilet paper too fast, my mom was like, ma'am, you've only had that roll for 2 days. What the hell? Are you blowing your nose with it or what? Like, so I guess just coming from a different perspective and a different value of money, a lot of those people that are on those shows grew up with money,
No,
have had, no, they
no,
haven't.
no, no.
So where
They
the
did
fuck did this
not
money
grow up
come
with money.
from?
No, they did not grow up with money.
Well, then maybe
I
that's the answer.
I think that no, I think that's the challenge. Like, for example, the Paris Hiltons and, those people, they grew up with money. What's her face? Paris Hilton's former friend Nikki, well, Lionel Richie's daughter, whatever, Nicole.
Nicole Richie.
Right.
Yep.
That
Yep.
they grew up with money. But some of these other
Right.
people did not grow up with money. And I think that's what contributes to the excess of their spending and the frivolousness of their spending. Because again, like I said, I am not begrudging you for having the wherewithal, having the financial ability to
Right.
do those things. But at the end of the day, can you write off that $50,000 flight to Geneva
Expense.
to go
Yeah.
see skiing, right?
Hmm.
Like, that's how a player does it. Is you're able to
That's
write
right.
that off so that it is not just a you know just a money grab that you are just frivolously spending the money, and it's not doing you any good. So that's the challenge for me, is you have these nouveau riche, and you know, they just got money, they just got lots of money, and the money has limits because they're not wealthy. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie are wealthy. Wealth is generational. We are talking about people who are, they are the initial pot of gold. 2, 3 generations down, will there still be that money? Then we're talking, you know, real money, because you need to be doing things where money is generating and populating your bank account overnight when you are asleep, not doing anything. When you got to hustle that hard to make sure that money stays in your bank account, you are no different than me, who goes to my day job every day to make sure I'm putting money in my bank account. Paris Hilton ain't never had to work a day in her life, but girlfriend got money, and they got to think about it.
What made me laugh was Mr. Beast said it on social. He was like, "Oh, I make whatever it is per year," and then Elon Musk came in and like chimed in, and he's like, "Well, I make that per hour. Like I make like, you know what I mean? Like Mr. Beast says I make blah blah blah, but then Elon's like, I make like that same amount of money per hour or whatever."
Right.
So
I mean,
I was just like, that's insane. Yeah, that's what you're talking about, though. Yeah,
that's, I mean, that's money, because you know, some of these people who we see with a lot of money just need one of their gigs to fall apart for them to not have the same amount of money. True, because you know, they work in, it's like all their scenarios.
Eggs are in one basket. Yeah,
right. They're working multiple scenarios. You just need one of those to not come through. You need, you know, I am aware of people on the reality shows that when writers go on strike, these mugs are in dire straits, because if the writers go on strike and there is no filming,
what do they do?
There's their source of revenue. There's their income at a standstill. So if you don't have things that are constantly making money for you and you don't have to do anything, if you don't have passive income, then you're at a loss, right? Because you, like I said, you're hustling like I'm hustling. It's just that your payday is a little bit bigger at the end of the week than mine, but you and I are hustling side by side. So,
right.
Yeah, you got the same 24 hours in a day, right?
So, right.
Yeah.
So, and again,
you heard it here first, folks.
And I love to watch them watch these shows, because I think there was an initial moment where, you know, you're like, oh my God, they're living like this and they're living like that. And then you pay attention and you're like, oh, wait, hold on a second. No. They didn't really. Like, if you watch Atlanta Housewives, and baby, let me tell you, I love me some Atlanta Housewives. But if you watch the original seasons of Atlanta Housewives, these motherfuckers were rough. They looked rough. It's over the course of 3 or 4 seasons that you start seeing the Birkin bags and the lace fronts and you know, all of these things. So yeah, I'm just saying. Sorry, I went way off on a tangent.
No, Timmy, you're not the only one here. There's other people here.
Don't feel weird.
There's 3,828 people watching right now. So, Tammy, you're definitely not alone.
You're definitely not alone.
But with that being said, we have reached.
I am here with you.
With you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kari.
Now, just saying, we've reached the end of the show. It's been another amazing episode, and we will be returning next week per usual. But what do we have in the meantime? We have some important dates to share with you. You can always catch us on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on EXXXOTICA.tv, YouTube, Twitter, or whatever platform you're watching us live. Or you can catch the recordings at queenofbbw.com/boob2, which is our playlist. But save the date. Get your calendar ready.
Woo!
Woo! I always have to wait. It's such a distraction.
It was like a long fucking audio. Oh my god.
Good dolphin. It's a dolphin, though.
Okay. Anyway.
You can catch us at Exotica, Chicago, Illinois, from April 11th to the 13th. In Miami, Florida, June 27th to the 29th. Edison, New Jersey, October 24th to the 26th. And my backyard, Washington, D.C., December 5th to the 7th. Make sure you go to EXXXOTICA.tv. Ladies Free Friday. Sign up for your tickets. And if you're looking to be a vendor or an exhibitor, make sure you send them an email so they can send you a sales kit and get your booth space now while supplies last.
And I just want to say, Miami is my birthday month. My birthday is June 16th. So if you come to Miami, come find me, wish me happy birthday. Let's take a selfie. Let's do the damn thing.
Buy
Let's
her
do
a
this.
drink.
Okay.
Pop some bottles.
Buy me a drink.
Next promo. Okay, so here's a promo announcement coming soon. We don't know what the fuck it is, but check out that booty. That's all I'm saying.
That is a nice booty.
Yeah.
Chat.
Booty,
Wait,
wrecking everywhere.
Wait, boob tube, but maybe booty tube?
Booty
I don't
tube.
know. Booty tube?
Back that booty up, baby.
I guess so. But last but certainly not least, make sure you check out our pink boxes, which has all of our contact information and social media so you can join the conversation. We have an Instagram broadcast channel at queenofbbw.com/boobtube. I think I sent everybody there for the playlist. So clearly that's not the right URL, but that's where you get to the Instagram broadcast channel where we ask you what you're watching and we do polls and all kinds. Yes. So come in and chat with us between Hump Day BoobTube nights. And yeah.
Hey, ladies, before I run our outro, so the screen now says 4,009. Have we ended a show over 4,000 yet? I don't think so.
Not that I'm aware.
I don't think so either. Whoop whoop!
Shout out to y'all. Hello, baby. Listen.
Oh, I did forget to say. Yes. I
Sorry, it's long.
Okay. Whether you're watching us for the first time or if you're a weekly visitor, we want to say thank you for coming to our show. It means the world to us. We appreciate it. We do this for you all. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the things. If you're watching on Twitter, you can give this a repost, follow all of us, and we look forward to engaging with you on social media in between shows. But without further ado, we will see you guys next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Back to you, Casey.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye.